warm welcome for ladies and gentlemen wherever you are in the world. And here we are kicking things off here at BAYUEMAS Oval with more live action as we proceed to match day 4 of the Malaysia Super Women League. And this is a tie between Western Wonder Woman, who had made headlines yesterday by winning their very first game, and it's the team who yet to kickstart. It's the Northern Queens. And alongside me, there's the captain of the Western Wonder Woman, um, Elsa Hunter, and also Burma from the Northern Queens. And to proceed with the toss, alongside us is the match referee, Mr. Suresh Singh. And without further delay, let's proceed with the toss. And to initiate the toss is the captain of Northern Queens. Heads is the call,
and it's tails. Tails.
and Northern Queens have won the toss. So, what are you deciding to do at a fine afternoon on Sunday here?
So I would like to. We would like to do bat first.
Well, what is the reason you're opting to bat today?
Because the wicket is both good for both bat and ball. So we have decided to bat first.
Well, having started, this is your first match. So, how do you feel, and how are the preparations going on behind the squad?
I think I have a good young talents. I have a foreign players, so we have pretty good team.
Well, how do you describe about the lineup, and how do you feel about it?
I think the lineup is quite good for Northern Queens. I think they will do good.
Well, thank you very much, and hope for the best
Thank
for
you.
the rest of the match.
Thank you so much.
Well, Elsa, you had lost the toss, so what will be the decision if you had won the toss today?
We were also going to bat first, but I think our team is highly capable of bowling first and still getting the win.
Well, how's the preparation beforehand the game, and is there any changes?
Yes, there's two changes. So Anna is coming in replacement of Aisha Iqbal, and Shakina is coming in replacement of Isma.
Well, since they're going to have to bat first, so what will be your score that you would want to restrict and makes you happy?
For me, probably under 120 would be a very good target for us, and then I think we would be able to chase it down. After our performance yesterday, we proved that we are capable.
Well, thank you very much, and hope all the best. Thank you, Elsa.
Thank you.
Well, the verdict is that the Northern Queens have won the toss and elected to bat first. I will join you short while at the commentary box. But then, stay tuned. Well, welcome back, folks. It's match four of the Malaysia Superwoman League, and it's a matchup between a match between the team who had won their very first match and being table toppers. It's the Northern Queen, it's the Western Wonder Women, and it will be the team who yet to make their move. It's the Northern Queens. We're having a match up here at a wonderful afternoon here at the BAYUEMAS Oval. So lots of expectations from the table toppers here. Maybe go for a back-to-back win. As Elsa Hunter mentioned that as they are going to be chasing this one, they would want to restrict at least a bare minimum of 120 that makes them comfortable and get going with the chase. But nonetheless, it was Northern Queens and Indu Burma's side that have won the toss and elected to bat first. And earlier on at the toss, she mentioned there's a lot of youth and young talent in the squad that needs to be accessed and given them the privilege to play in such league, to give them the exposure and maybe build up the confidence that they're looking for. And two batters are walking into the middle. And yesterday we witnessed the team in blue had won convincingly by 38 runs at what will be today's match. As you can see, this is the Northern Queens lineup here. It's Yusrina Yaakob, Indu Burma, the captain of the side, and Mahira Izati, Nuriman Hidayah, Nur Shafina, Naseralle, Yin Ali, Aisha, Intan, Anju Kurung, Ashima, and Nat Harikan for the 11 playing for Northern Queens. As for the Western Wonder Women, it is one Julia, Fiza Javed, Sitarana Maga, Elsa Hunter, Divya Saxena, Amna Sharif Tariq, Swabika, Tanushri, Kanyakon, Noor Sakina, and Tersiana. And I think this will be the perfect time that I will introduce my co-commentator, Sridhar. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dinesh. The sun relenting a bit. It's hot, but not unbearably hot. Good conditions for cricket. One hopes the rain gods are kind and they stay away. Hit with tremendous power, but straight to the bowler. Dhanasri opening the proceedings for the Wonder Women.
Well, we'll use Srina and Anju, who is going to open the batting. Again, we have seen a third team that have won the toss and elected to bat first, and this is a similar scenario that Northern Queens have won the toss and elected to bat. And as this will be their first match, it'll be pretty interesting to see how they take on a team who sits comfortably on top of the table. It was their net run rate that decided their table toppers at the moment. And again, driven, nothing much they could do about it. While again, 3 dot balls piling up, and as the skipper mentioned, they would want to restrict at least 120 runs on the board for them to comfortably chase at the second half. That's slightly fuller, hit with tremendous power, but couldn't get beyond the fielder. The good fielding effort. So, Sri, what do you make of the two teams, and who fans who? What do you think will be the score at the end of this first half?
Well, predicting a score would be tough, but going by the history of 3 matches here, 120 to 140, and I'm sure they'll be looking at a region of 130, 140. See, anything more than that would be kind of batting the opposition out of the game. And for Northern Queens, is the first time we are seeing them in action. The first match for the Northern Queens. Of course, Wonder Women yesterday playing the first game. That's in the air, but nobody there. Completing a single, getting off the mark, the Northern Queens in the first over. That's the end of first over. 1 gone, 2 runs for no wicket. Dhanasri did well yesterday.
So it'll be Kanya Khan from the Golden Home end, and it looks like sunshine has been spreading all over the pitch, all over the ground, as sunlight starting to emerge in this pitch. It's a full one, drop on the pads.
But kind of a stifled appeal. It wasn't a full swing appeal. Probably a little bit of bat. Not sure. Sun is beating down again. It looks so beautiful from the commentary box. Shot, cut away. That might, oh no. The outfield slowing it down. 2 runs for the taking. It was played in the gap, but the ball didn't have enough legs. Hindu Burma, the captain, did mention at the toss that they are looking at around 120, right? And that she reckons would be a winning score. Wild heave, trying to show some intent. Anju and Yusrina, the opening batters. Anju, of course, plays for Nepal. As does the captain Hindu, the captain the Nepalese side as well. That's why not getting the direction right on that occasion.
Well, driven straight down the ground and showing more intention in this one as well. A sweetly timed drive down the ground. More of it to come in the future overs. As you can see, it's a very patient start, and building a solid partnership is the key here, and that's what leads success for most of the teams so far in this tournament. And again, another dot. And as a batter's point of view, both these batters are fairly experienced, and these campaigners should look for a really big partnership, maybe stay long until the 10th over halfway mark. That's what they should be looking forward to.
Went straight to the fielder. Mix up there. No damage done at the end. You don't want to run out at any stage of the game, especially when you're trying to build an innings. Up the order. 2 gone is 6-4. No loss. The Northern Queens, after winning the toss and deciding to bat first, Anju Guru on strike. It's driven away. There's some power in the shot again. Oh, what a miss. That could have been curtains for Yusrina. Have a look at it again. Very nearly cleaned her up on the way. And then Dhanasri unable to gather that. That would have been wicket number 1, but not to be. A little edgy, the two queens out there. On a couple of occasions, there was a mix-up, and on one of the occasions, it very nearly resulted in a run-out. It's good conditions for batting. The ball isn't doing much. It's bright, sunny day. Driven straight. Have an eye on the run rate. It's 2.8. Still early days.
Well, both the batters having a chat, and the previous delivery was the same. Fuller trying to bash this one on the leg side, but couldn't get the timing onto this one, and the run rate slowly dipping as things extends. And this has been a really fabulous over from Dhanushri's point of view, as she's really considered really less runs. That beats the fielder, and there's a run out chance. Well, applause from the teammates from that effort. Had she been slightly delayed, she would have been a goner.
Living dangerously, these two Northern Queens batters came close to being a run out on a couple of occasions. Chemistry. Slower one. No pace on that. A dot ball to end over number 3. 8 for none.
Well, it's been 3 tricky overs for the Northern Queens here, as they had to face some good deliveries, and more importantly, there's been a lack of communication between the both while running between the wickets. There have been multiple confusions and mix-ups. Hasn't led to a damage, but showing signs of big risks. So far, Western Wonder Woman, though losing the toss, they have done exactly what they have to do in the power play, just preventing the runs from leaking. And Swabika from the Golden Orb and bowling changer. While this one trying to overdo things and maybe not comfortable with the angle there, and it's a wide delivery to start off. Well, Srina and Anju haven't shown much character yet. Haven't seen the explosiveness. Again, a swing and a miss. Perfect line, perfect length.
The file like being brought into the circle, I should say. Almost at the edge of the circle. The two fielders outside the 30-yard circle. One is at third man. Some deep cover. Played away on the leg side. Coming back. And sent back.
It's been a fairly slow start for both these batters, but they've been very patient, very cautious. But shot selection is a bit dodgy at times, and they try to swing the bat. And so far, the ones in blue are really having a day with the ball. Just have to reduce those extras, or maybe it's just fine for them. They're happily to concede just 11 runs. And still no boundaries, and this could end up in a mix-up, and yes! This has been the problem from the first ball. The running between the wickets is not as good as it gets, and this one had shown signs of calamity.
They've been sliding on a thin ice so far. It was always on the cards. There are a couple of mix-up and a very near run out. But this time, the luck not going their way. They're pushing the luck far too much. And I think it's the captain who's walking back. I beg your pardon, it is Anju. Is
Well,
it? Or is it Yusrina? Yusrina walking back. Beg your pardon, it's Yusrina backing back. So it's a first wicket down, but not much on the board. It's just 11 runs on the board. We are in the fourth over. And the run rate is nothing to write home about. 3 runs and over. Now they have the double task of having to consolidate and also ensuring that they score at a decent pace. They don't want to get bogged down. And to join Anju, it's a captain who has just come out. Indu Burma.
well, left arm pacer doing just all right there. Straight away bowling at the block out to the captain, twirling her bat towards the offside. While we have seen a lot of captain knocks that has been really worthy and match winning. Like yesterday, Elsa Hunter posted a match winning 44 runs that led to their very first win of this contest.
Played well, cut away. Coming back for the second. The throw is not the best. So captain gets off the mark with 2 runs. 4 gone. 13 for 1, Northern Queens. Hit straight. Oh! What a brilliant bit of fielding. That's a direct hit. One of the beauties that you ever witnessed on a cricket field is a direct hit. It's played to long off, charging the ball, very positive. And then what more? Hitting the stumps. And that's the second wicket down. Anju walking back this time. Have a look at it again. It's hit in the air, taken. It had to be said that the fielder got it perfectly on the first bounce, but still she had to hit the stumps, which she did to perfection. And that's wicket number 2. Not the best of starts. Is it not what the Queens would have hoped for after winning the toss and deciding to bat first? We are in the 5th over, going at a current run rate of 3.12. It is 13 for 2. This is day 2 and match number 4 of the second edition of Malaysia Women Premier League. Super League, I should say. I beg your pardon, Super League. And the Queens left with some work to do. To join the captain Indu, it is Mahira. Has just come out of the center, taking a guard and standing slightly outside the crease to Dhanasri. Watchfully played, hitting the ball right underneath her eyes, keeping it down.
Well, as you can see, The ones in green are the back foot, Northern Queens. The only thing is positivity that could really help them from now on. Trying to drive this one. And again, in the field, they've been chirping all around and they've been really, really energetic, taking those catches. And the run out effort to dismiss the opening batter was superb. And the way they've shown character in the field has produced wonderful moments as we have witnessed so far.
Cut away. In the gap. Wouldn't run for 4, but they will come back for a second. Mind you, there are 2 run outs already. Chemistry. Slow one. Right on the money. When you bowl straight and land it in good areas, discipline, that's a key. No matter who you are as a batter, it's always difficult to get that away. Indu on strike. Driven up Ashley. There's a fielder short cover.
Well, that ends a really superb over. There's 2 runs coming of it and a wicket. Well, it's not under Tanushri's belt, but it was that fielding effort that led them to get their second wicket in the 5th over. And so far, things aren't moving on for Northern Queens here as they've been stuck at one place, not able to get more than 3 run rate per over and losing wickets in the power play, which leaves them in a whole heap of a trouble. And it's Swabika to continue from the Golden Hope. And so far, the hopes have been really, really rich in gold.
Driven straight. This time there are half measures. Beautifully driven. That's a boundary. It was well played by Mahira. The left armer pitching it up. And that was hit with some power and timing. Running away to the fence for 4. Hopefully that will give the Northern Queens a move on, some impetus to the innings. Again driven, this time down for a single. This is what they need to do. Score a boundary, take a single the next ball, keep rotating the strike. And if you remain there, choose the right balls to hit and keep tapping the run ball away for singles and twos. In the air and drop. I was about to say what a catch because it looked like a catch. Right in and out.
Well, that's a tremendous effort in the field. They're trying to take that one. It would have been a blinder if the balls had just stick onto the palms. Instead, it's made contact with the field. Look at that. Marvelous.
That would have been a catch of the tournament so far had that been pouched. But Jazz grassing it. Not an easy chance. Trying something cheeky, but not quite, couldn't quite getting the contact that she wanted. And in fact, getting no contact at all. It's a wide. Swabika. 3 balls remaining in this over. Pitched up. Straight into the hands. This time, no mistake made by the captain, Elisa Handa. Elsa Hunter has taken a good catch, and that is wicket number 3. We are in the 6th over. Winning the toss, deciding to bat first. The Northern Queens are 22 for 3. It is Mahira's turn to walk back to the pavilion.
Well, Mahira trying to be ambitious here, trying to get over the fielder and maybe finding the fence. Instead, she finds the fielder. And this one again, a pitched up delivery, there to be hit. This time, she bowls with a similar length, and the one is getting punished is the batter.
It was a very enticing length, wasn't it? It was luring you, tempting you into playing that shot. And when it comes off, it looks pretty good. But if it doesn't, that's what happens.
Well, it's Ashwina who is walking in the middle, and it's slightly not pleasing for the captain to see their partners walking back and not able to back her up. And that is what's happening in the middle, as they can't get the scoreboard ticking as well. And the fall of wickets has put into a deep trouble for Northern Queens at the moment.
Ashmina, these two know each other very, very well, both playing for the Nepal national side. The team would want them to come good. The team would want them to build a partnership. These two need to stay there. Tapped away behind square on the leg side, and no possibility of a run there. They're still in the power play. The last ball before the power play ends. They've got one fielder deep cover and the other one a third man. A single to end the over. 6 gone. Power play is done and dusted. 23 for 3.
Well, not the power play the Northern Queens would want in their very first outing here, but Western Wonder Women have really bossed the power play and picking up crucial wickets. And most importantly, it was the lack of communication and maybe the mood in the players that has really let them down. Otherwise, so far, Western Wonder Women are at the driver's seat, and they've gained the upper advantage with 7 wickets in hand. And now with the option of 5 fielders above the 30-yard line, it gives more advantage for the bowling side, restricting the boundaries, setting the fielders deep lying on the boundary lines. But most importantly, after the power play is where we see the batters have more freedom to play their shots and absorbing the pressure over time. And so Indu Burma has to take burdens at the shoulder and really be a worthy captain. And maybe the captain's knock well enough to settle for a good score. And it's Sita Ranamaga, the opening batter of the side, we want to open after the power play.
A very packed offside field. And you know what the bowler is trying to do there. Left arm spin. Taking the ball away from the right hander. Still just 2. Oh, that's an edge. Just 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. The captain Elsa preferring to attack, and why not? Struggling the Northern Queens at the moment. The run rate of 3.6. Another wicket here. Elsa knows that they can have the Northern Queens on the mat. As they say, smell the blood, go for the kill. shot played straight to the fielder at long on. Three wickets gone, and two of them run out. The first two, there were some terrible mix-ups, lack of communication.
That
And-
nearly rattled the stumps there if he had much more contact. Really good over this is after a couple of dots and just 2 runs coming off that over. Still, they haven't unleashed the deadlock, and it's been drought of boundaries. And this is a worrying state for the Northern Queens, for Western Wonder Woman, keeping them under par. As things are under control, healthy run rate, good economy of the bowlers as well. Well, captain has to find ways and mend their ways back. And she hasn't started her normal service.
Kanyakon starts with a wide down the leg side. Field is a little more spread for Kanyakon.
There's some lovely visitors out there enjoying the Sunday afternoon and watching the game here at BAYUEMAS Oval. It's really pleasing to watch.
Or driven straight.
Well, Indu didn't muscle much of that, but then had great timing. It was the fielder that manages to stop it from going for a boundary. It had enough power.
There's no fine leg. Running away to the boundary for 4. A very rare boundary that takes the score to 26. We are in the 8th over. A shot. There was some power and momentum in the shot, taking the ball to the fence. Kanyakon. 9 for none in our 1.2 overs. Driven straight to the fielder. Hindu. Full toss. Got the treatment it deserved. All she had to do was to get some decent timing and into the gap, which she did perfectly. Another boundary. The Northern Queens innings slowly getting some life. When you ball like that, a juicy full toss, you're asking for trouble.
Yes, and there wasn't the delivery that she should be bowling, as things were really under control. And when things starting to look dangerous, and all the hard work just went down the drain, and back-to-back boundaries in this over, as you can see, and this will instantly boost the confidence of Indu Burma and her side, as they're trying to tighten up the screws and maybe go for a move on. And that's what exactly she done in the previous delivery. That's another full toss, and this one's gone high, and it's got the distance as well. A boundary followed with a maximum, and that one was given invitation to hit, and a warm welcome to that. What a shot! Perfect technique, sounded meaty of the bat. Perfection.
Indu has just started to find some timing, seeing the ball much better now, of course. That was a handsome strike. There's no fielder there. Pretty safe. And once she got a decent connection, it was always going to be 6 runs. Shot. Cut away. Will that run away to the fence? It just does. Teases the fielder. A diving effort in vain. Desperate attempt. 10 runs coming off the last 2 deliveries. Indu getting a move on. The Queen's getting a move on. 8 gone. 44 for 3.
Well, it is 19 coming off this over. Kanyakan had a fairly decent over the first, and the second one has been really, really poor. As this one, you can see that good length delivery, flirting lands out the line of off stump, and just a slice of the bat. It fetches the fence. When things were really going very, very well for the triple W's, things slightly just slip out of hands. But nonetheless, runs being scored and healthy run rate restored by Northern Queens. There's some refining required in the bowling to keep the pressure constant. So try to guide it, going for the single, but it's impossible as the fielder was stones thrown away from the stumps. Well, the keeper says third man to come slightly inwards into the circle. While keeper clungs on to this one. While the sweep shot being unleashed, playing behind square, fine leg was very, very wide and trying to go for the second, and the batter on the other end says stay. Again, the lack of communication of bringing and resulting in a lot of risk of losing a wicket and run outs of the one dismissal that any batter would find cheaply to go out with, and hope it's not a deja vu. Again, the ball has a bit of loop in it, more flighted, and there's a sudden bounce after pitching the ball at the deck, which Indu finds it really, really hard to bat against. And she drops it on out of nowhere. Sita Radamaga does it the job for Wonder Women. And Indu, when she was trying to find some timing and when she was trying to find some tune in a batting, she departs. The thickest of inside edges rattles the stumps, and Northern Queens have lost their skipper. Let's take a look. This is the extension of the shot that led to the wicket. Similar delivery. It was just lack of bounce where the previous ones had been looping over. This one just going under edge.
It was tossed up, and I think it was indecisiveness there. Indu wasn't sure which shot to offer to that one. Probably was in 2 minds, and getting castled there. A big jolt, a big blow for the Queens. The captain Indu playing pretty well. Just when it looked like the innings was getting a move on, another wicket falls. The new batter, Isia Eliza. Run rate is just over 5 and over. It's been a very, very good over from Sita Rana. 1 to go. in this over. Shot. Trying to cut it. That brings the end of over number 9 is 45 for 4.
Well, new bowler being introduced, and after 9 overs, the field is still very, very packed and very tight, as there's only 2 fielders in the deep. Looks like Elsa Hunter is trying to attack as much as they could. And as well, the runs are not being the prettiest of scores that they would want to have in their debut match of this tournament.
Amna Sharif into the attack for the first time in this innings. Very experienced campaigner. The captain of the Kuwait national team. Right on the money. Right on the money. What more could you ask for? What a brilliant start. Nothing has gone well for the Northern Queens ever since they won the toss and decided to bat. But for that cameo from the captain Indu, half the side back in the hut with 45 runs on the board. This is how it happened. Pitching, gripping, slight deviation, good enough to beat the bat, but not good enough to miss the stumps. And the players take a breather, and we are in the com box also. The resumption of play. Amna Sharif taking a wicket off the very first ball. Pitching it up, giving the ball a little bit of air, inviting the batter to drive. And for an off spinner, that's tempting. Much shorter this time. Just mixing it up. Very experienced player. Has been playing international cricket for a long time now. Amna Sharif. Wide. This is what you call a balanced field. Taken on the full, but straight to the fielder. Not more than a single. One to go. It's been a very good start to her spell, Amna Sharif. Let's see how she finishes her first over. 47 for 5. Wide. The second wide of the over. It's very hot out there. Again, tossed up and pitched up, driven straight. There's no run. That brings us to the end of over number 10. Is 48 for 5. Two new batters at the crease, Aisia and Nat Hari Khan. Gain of rebuilding of sorts. Half the side is back in the pavilion. A lot of damage control, a lot of construction, and later some consolidation and acceleration towards the end of the innings. A lot of work to be done.
Well, it's Sitarana Magar for the over number 11, and she's been one of the wicket takers as well, and primarily she is able to contain her runs while she's bowling as well. Again, this is the sort of setup she had earlier on against Indu Burma. There was a little bounce when she was bowling, and suddenly just skid through and roll on the carpet, and that's when the wicket came. Again, cluttered this towards the leg side. While as these two batters are in the middle order, they should look to rebuild another partnership and maybe prolong the innings and occupy significant amount of time at the crease. That's more likely what they have to do. Gonna get the connection more of it. While the passive characters should be avoided at this stage, should be allowing themselves being a bit freedom and play those shots, and most importantly make the runs flow. Yet again, the ball having a sudden bounce, almost spitting cobra there in the middle. A really tight field here, almost no one in the deep. And that was slightly in the air, and that pierces through the gaps. It doesn't have the pace to reach the boundaries, but they do get a couple of runs. And with that, they surpassed the 50-run mark.
Oh, that was a beauty. That was a beauty. There was flight and there was turn. Look at that. Above the eye line and beating the bat comprehensively. It was a beauty to watch. Not so much of a beauty to face if you're a batter. Sometimes they say it's too good a delivery to get a wicket. Just spins, leaves the outside edge. Amna Sharif to continue. Outside the off stump. The one that goes straight. Trying to cut. She's a very good wicket keeper. And you ask any keeper, they'll tell you keeping against the spinners is a lot more difficult than against the fast bowlers. You'll have to stay up to the stumps.
Looks like a quick chat between the batters. She's saying, here we go. Let's go again. Play those shots and don't feel under pressure. Those are some good words that could really cheer up the batter.
Sharif is doing a fine job here, Amna Sharif. Again tossed up. Inside edge. A single taken. Elsa Hunter, the captain, will be very, very happy with the way things have gone. Just over 8 overs remaining. 51 is a score. The run rate is under 4.5. And as a fielding captain, I would take that any day.
And looks like the skipper herself has opted to bowl and maybe joining the action in taking wickets. A similar role, yeah, yesterday as she picked up the wicket when she was bowling, and that vital knock of 44.
Oh, misfield. Misfield, allowing the batters to come back for a second. The 13th over in progress. The captain deciding to bring herself on. Elsa Hunter. Pitched up in the slot. Heaved away. The fielder coming around it, and good running in the end. Just two fielders outside the 30-yard circle. That was there asking to be put away, but not quite finding the gap. Straight to the fielder. Amna Sharif fielding there. Behind square. In the air. Is there someone to take it? One bounce. Maybe the effort wasn't good enough. Maybe it was there for the taking. Maybe she could have put in a little more effort and tried to attack the ball. Hit in the gap. Won't go for 4. The ball is getting held up in the outfield, but sufficient time for the batters to come back for a second. 59.
Well, after the halfway mark, we haven't seen much wickets from the Western Wonder Women, and these two batters here are hanging around as much as they could. Chipped and just over the fielder, the inside out it goes. That effort wasn't good enough to take a catch, but nonetheless, it's been a fine over for the batting side as runs are just coming for them. 8 of this over is 60 for 5, and Northern Twins have to find themselves back in the tie, or otherwise they'll be left out. Where is Amna Sharif, who is coming to bowl again, the Golden Orb, and well, this has been the end has brought a lot of fortunes for her, and again, only one player above the 30 yard, and it's long on field as well. And it was slightly airborne, but didn't had a lot of distance straight to the fielder. Well, as you can see that the bowler is putting immense pressure here, and perfect line, perfect length. And that was full. Again, inviting the batter to hit that one. But she immediately flat batted it, playing along the ground, not taking a lot of risk. Trying to be subtle and find the runs, just playing along the grass. And hit it straight back to the bowler. Fine piece of bowling here. Again and again. Similar length, similar line. The accuracy has been spot on by Amna Sharif.
Commentator's curse. Just when you said it's accurate, she bowls a full toss. Easy put away. As Jeffrey Boycott would have said, a buffet.
Well, it ended up in a commentator's curse nonetheless. And this one towards the leg side, one knee down, just swept it across. And it had reached the boundary, and the fielder could already say it go. And again, these sort of boundaries will really boost confidence, and Aisha will reach double figures as well. Well, she decides to take it on and play it just slightly above, going inside out of the field. And it's 14 overs gone. It's 67 for 5. Northern Queens yet to increase the run rate they are going with. But so far, they have really meant their ways, as they have really put a price on the wicket and playing their shots very well, being very conscious and thoughtful.
Going at a rate of 4.79. They would want to get it up to somewhere close to 5.56. Oh, again a wild swing. Concerned captain Hindu played a good innings. There, Spence, she was looking very good for furthermore. Got out. They come back for the second. No.
Well, applause from the dugout there, cheering up both the batters in. Look at the smile on their faces. There's some glimmer of hope, hoping that both the batters in the middle would do their best and come out with flying colors and with utter confidence. And that's what they're looking for. Again, driven nicely.
They need runs on the board. This is not going to suffice. They need runs on the board. Oh, the story of the tournament so far has been that 3 matches gone. In all 3 matches, the team batting first has won the contest. It's in the air, short of the fielder, a slight hesitation. All is well, that ends well.
Well, as for the first day, the teams have won the toss, who won the games, and it was a different story today morning as Eastern Liners won the toss but failed to win back-to-back matches. So would it be a similar scenario here? And it's been squared, and it pierces through the gaps again, but didn't have the best of timing. And as the score stands, it's 71 for 5, and 5 overs remaining. We could see that the story is written as Wonder Women being Wonder Women against the Northern Queens. Queens haven't played their chess board as they should be playing, moving the right pieces at the right times. But at the moment, they haven't found the queen that could really rule the country. And so far, these two have really done good job in retaining themselves in the middle, and they're just hanging around there. And Amna Sharif onto a 4th over, and she goes high. One bounce to the fielder, who was looking to come forward and maybe take a catch, but the ball had traveled too quick for her to react towards the catch. Slightly airborne. And this time trying to go for the leg side.
Two more. $73. 75. In fact, Amna Sharif has been really economical. 3.4 overs, 15 runs conceded, and taking a wicket off her very first ball. Bringing all her experience into the mix here and doing a fine job for her team. Hit straight. The fielder gets it on the bounce, and the batter was stretched a bit. And that brings us to the end of over number 16. It is 76 for 5, Northern Queens. A partnership is being built between Aisha and Nata Rikan on 15 and 14 respectively. Earlier, Northern Queens won the toss and they said, we will bat first. I'm sure Captain Indu Burma would have had a different plan. 4 overs to go. How many more can they add? How many can they end up with?
And looks like Swabika is charging in hard. Playing towards the leg side. And that's all she could do about it. Again, line and length has been good. Well, despite conditions really favoring to the batting side, they haven't shown their power and they haven't really do best on what they've chose to do after winning the toss. It's been all the Western Wonder Women who's all over them. And 77 for 5, well, they could still get to a decent total.
If the Triple W could restrict the Queen to less than 100, they'd be extremely happy. Even to get to 100, someone has to. We need more of that. There has to be a couple of good overs and perhaps one really big over. That would take them to a score of around 110. But even that may not suffice. One good innings can take your team closer, as Rubina proved it in the first match today. We knew it was a losing battle they were fighting. But in spite of that, a wonderful innings of 71, which infused some interest into the match, which was otherwise a dampener. And that ends over number 17. It is 78 for 5, 3 to go.
Well, the Queens would hope that someone will come out there and really throw out the bats and patch the fence often to get things rolling. But at the moment, they haven't found their sweet spot and they've been wandering around at the same areas. Whereas the Wonder Woman are just all over Northern Queens, picking up those wickets and curtailing the runs as much as they could. Though they have made both these batters last long in the crease, they haven't shown the A game yet. And it's Kanya Khan, the Golden Orb, searching of Golden Orbs to pick up her first wicket. And it's hit the pads, and immediately the umpire nods his head and says it's not hitting. Well, that was clearly missing the stumps.
Shot. A half cracker.
Well, these are the chances that they shouldn't miss out on, as they're given the chance to hit. And when these chances just go begging, you can't do much about it.
This one pitched up. Straight to the captain. They'll have to play really well even to reach a score of 100 from here on. They need a couple of boundaries, possibly a 6 or 2. But the Wonder Women will be very, very happy with the proceedings of it. Things have gone after losing the toss. In the air, the fielder coming underneath it, and oh, I just got the feeling it's a premature celebration. You'll have to take a look at it again. I thought she had it covered, and maybe she was in a hurry to celebrate. This will give us a conclusive picture. Have a look. It was scooped away. Yes, she just wanted to throw it up. And one's memory goes right back to 1999. When Herschel Gibbs dropped the all-important catch of Steve O, the 1999 World Cup. And as the saying goes, or rather the cricketing folklore, it's not just a catch, you're dropped the World Cup itself. The point is, the catch was dropped in a bid to celebrate prematurely. Herschel Gibbs, after taking the catch, wanting to throw it up in the air, it just slipped out of his hand. Steve going on to score 100 and win the match for his team Australia. That allowed them to get into the finals eventually and win it. Scarved away. Coming back for a second and should get it quite comfortably. And that ends over number 18. It is 83 for 5. 12 balls remaining. 4.61 is the current run rate. Two reasonably set batsmen. HCR batting on 19 and Natari Khan on 16. The question is, how many more can they get? It's time to tee off. But can they do it? At the moment, there is a stranglehold.
And it's Sitaranamaga to complete her 4-over spell. And what could she produce at the very end? Again, tossed up, hitting right at the length, and only the batter can do is just defend it. That's how hard is to face Sitaranamaga at the moment. And look at those figures. And that one has just breached through the defense. And it clutters the stumps. Again, brought back into the attack. And she does the job again. First ball, second, both the similar length. It was the shot selection that breaches to the defense. And it's 6 down for the Queens. And the Triple W are showing who's boss.
That was in the air forever. That was a teaser. And not the perfect shot selection. It would have been much better had she gone with a straight bat and to a delivery that was pitched well up, attempting the cross-batted shot and having the furniture disturbed. 83 for 6. Finding it extremely difficult. The Northern Queens. On the other hand, the Western Wonder Women will be very, very happy. The way they are bowled, the way they are fielded. Remember, the first 2 wickets of the Queen's innings were both run out and one a direct hit, and what a beauty it was. In cricket, especially in limited overs cricket, fielding is extremely, extremely important. If you hold on to your chances, if you hit the stumps direct, if you cut down the 2s to 1 and the 1s to none, you are in with a very, very bright chance of winning more matches than you lose. Tapped away. Look at the field. Pretty interesting offside field. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 behind square. Trying to sweep. Balls are ticking away. And see the runner doing a great job. Would you believe those figures? 5 for 2. Just 2 to go.
And there are some running to do for the fielder as gets into the gaps and slight hesitation that this could be a run out chance. Well, umpire says otherwise in this occasion. Well, this is extension of the delivery. Well, it was a really tight call as she made sure that she actually made her ground.
A brave man, the umpire there. Oh, again a teaser was in the air for eternity. Gripping the surface and going the other way. 19 gone, 6 remaining. 85 for 6. Struggling are the Northern Queens. Happy will be the Wonder Women. Can they finish with a flourish? Elsa Hunter marshalling her troops. Sending 2 of her resources to the boundary. 1 onto the long off and 1 to long on. As expected. And she has gone for one of her quicker bowlers. Kanya Khan, who's been expensive. That's when Indu launched into her. 28 for none. That's in the air. Safely landed. Just a single. The single is not going to hurt. The singles are not going to hurt the Wonder Women now. Carved away. There's the fielder there. She's bowling to her field. Kanya Khan. Plays for Thailand. As many as 4 players representing the country of Thailand in this edition of the Super Women League. Here we go. 4 balls remaining. Driven on the onside, long on, coming to cut it off, keeping it down to a single. No big ones yet. 3 to go. Even 100 looks extremely difficult. Need a couple of 6s or maybe 3 4s can do. But 4s have been a rare commodity. Very hard to come by. And that's not something that you would associate with T20 cricket. Think T20, you think going hammer and tongs in the 4s and 6s, raining 4s and 6s, but that hasn't been the case here in any of the matches. 2 balls to go. Pitched up, well bowled. You can't do too much about it. This is very good bowling. I see at 21. She has got her eye in. When she is struggling to get Kanya Khan away. It's all been singles so far. 4 singles. And a single to end the innings. And that's what it is. 20 gone. The end of the innings. It is 90 for 6. Northern Queens, Captain Indu Burma, having won the toss, decided to take the first strike. 2 run-outs right at the start of the innings, picking them back. And then some brilliant bowling from the spinners. Amna Sharif taking a wicket off the very first ball. And then Sita Rana, the experienced Sita Rana, binding them very tight and not giving them anything to score off. And as a result, a very satisfactory performance from the Wonder Women bowlers. That's a batting card for you. Yusrina Yakov, 3. Anju Gurung, 5. And both were run out. One, a beautiful direct hit. Indu Burma, she played well for a little cameo, but not staying long enough to make a difference to the final equation. Mahira Izati, 5. Ashmina Karmacharya, 2. Aisha Eliza Firdaus, 22. And Nata Rikan chipping in at 16, and Intan 4, and adding up to 90 runs, which I suspect is not sufficient or wouldn't be considered sufficient at this point. But as we keep saying, cricket is a funny game. Anything can happen. And this is how the bowlers fare.
Well, it's been an exceptional bowling performance here. Good bowling change, tactical changes, playing along with the field, and they've gone with 6 options today. And it was Sita Ranamaga who looked fairly dangerous, and not only that, there were a couple of Jeffers that she had bowled and rattled the stumps. And superb economy, just under 2 runs per over. And alongside it's Swabika and Amna Sharif who picked up wickets. And the rest were coming from poor lack of communication in the field, which led 2 runouts and a subtle extra of 9, which has resulted them for 90. Bowlers have done the job to restrict the runs. The job has been given to the batters to chase down. And after the break, we'll be bringing you live action on the chase of Western Wonder Woman against the Northern Queens. With that, let's take a short break. And welcome back to the chase of the Western Wonder Women, where they have restricted a target as what Elsa has promised to her side that maybe they would want to restrict under 120 runs. They have done exactly or even much better than what they expected. They have restricted with a score of 90, where the Northern Queens, in their very first outing, not able to put up a score that maybe give sort of resistance. And it's time for the Wonder Woman batters to show how worthy they could be in the middle, scoring runs. And I think this will be the perfect time that I will introduce my co-commentator, Sharvin. A very good afternoon, Sharvin.
Good afternoon to all the viewers watching this game. First, first inning was totally dominant by the bowlers. Good bowling and good fielding by Western Wonder Women. And the opening batter will be Juan Julia and Sitarana Magar.
And the first ball underway. Immediately can find some movement. Well, good effort and the field, making things really, really tight. And it's Anju to open the proceedings in the bowling. Where she's fairly quick, and this one pitching in the right area and a fielded by the fielder at short extra cover there. And it's Juan Julia and Sitarana Maga. A right left combination in the batting. Again, this one driving in between the gaps, and this will be the opening runs, and could be a run out chance, and it is it? And while the umpire thinks otherwise, it was a really close call right here, the very first one.
Really was a close call. And a good throw by the fielder in the deep. That was a close call. Anji Gurung from Bhutan, one of the smoothest run up she has. Three good deliveries, dot deliveries from Manju.
And this one rubbing on the pads, maybe hitting the leg stump, but it was the impact that mattered the most for the umpire. And this one was straining down the leg side, hitting the pads, but couldn't go much further. This is the extension of the delivery.
It's a beautiful bowling display from Western Wonder Women's. Dhanusri just giving away 6 runs from 3 overs. And of course, Sitarana Magar just giving away 7 runs, picking up 2 wickets with 4 overs. And that's the end of the first over. Just giving away 5 runs. One leg by from the batter and 2 byes. Definitely Northern Queens trying to put a lot of pressure on the batters. Change of bowler. Aisha Elisa onto the attack.
Well, that's the thing that they wouldn't have much pressure if they had have a really big total in the first half, but instead they've really been in a lot of constraints and are not able to put a big score up on the board, and that is a main cause of them being very very cautious in the bowling, and leaking in runs is not what they could afford at this stage. And again, clipped. Though was a tidy over, couple of leg byes has resulted into runs. So it was free 3 runs in the first over.
Dinesh, I have witnessed there's one catch from a girl, Christiana. She caught it and she wanted to celebrate, and the ball just came out from the.
Yup, that could have been the easily 7th wicket of the innings. Instead, she was overconfidently trying to celebrate it. Well, the enjoyment, the excitement just got over her, and it ended up as a drop catch. It was slightly hilarious, but I think they wouldn't matter as they are able to, contain the runs and get the wickets. Most importantly, they have done the job earlier on, and the damage has been done. And looks like an easy task, and so far it's been one-sided. The other one has to do a lot of refinery, and it's soft dismissal, isn't it? No, almost a collision between both the fielders, and before they collide, they couldn't get a catch as well, and that could have been a catch that maybe have brought themselves back in this contest. Instead, he just pierces through them. Look at that, squared up, and just before the ball comes in, they've been grasped.
They shouldn't be dropping any catch at this point of time. They know there's a low scoring game, and definitely catches win matches, as we mentioned earlier in the morning game. They have to put pressure as a fielder, the bowler bowling well, and fielders definitely have to support the bowler.
Well, for both the batters in the middle, they'll be happy to play against the side as the low score, so they can take their time and play patiently. And this is a great example. Both the batters are really concerned the way they're playing, not overly ambitious, just trying to work away and get those singles and doubles, not in rush of scoring boundaries, as the required rate is just under 5 per over. So they can take the sweet time, but not too well. Some batters were really in a hurry, just trying to get those boundaries and finish the game off, but instead they're trying to build a partnership, giving everyone a chance to play. So far, the score is 9 with no loss in 2 overs, and Northern Queens have to do something in order to be in order to signal an alarm on the batting card that maybe would want to change tactics and ploys. At the moment, things just look under par for Northern Queens.
This the ball have hit the keeper's helmet, so it's part of the protocol. Definitely, the field you have to run into the field and just give a check on the player. If everything's all right, and what's your name and everything. So once everything clear, then she should be fine.
While one Julian experienced campaign at the Malaysian side, while experience will really come in play as she would want to lead this chase as quick as possible and grant them their very second victory and sit comfortable at the top of the table. And Elsa Hunter, a really strong captain who has led his side very well, going with the right choice of bowling and analyzing the field and the conditions.
It's the end of over number two, just 9 runs in the board, no wicket lost. Definitely for Western Wonder Women, they're in the comfortable position. They need only 4 runs per over. Anju on to the second over.
Well, you can see that the moist outfield has become very rough and the outfield is really, really quick. So I expect some boundaries when the ball is really going very fast. And middling the bat is the only option against Anju, who has been really, really clinical in the bowling. And there's some pace she's offering, which adds an advantage for the batter when they middle it. They're able to fetch the fence if it manages to skew the grabs. No slip in place despite bowling with immense swing and a far and pace. Again, look at that. That's more like the test line bowling, and has enough bounce, good amount of pace been exerted off the surface. Sitaranamaga finding himself very, very hard in facing those deliveries. Top notch stuff here. This is more like the cricket that Northern Queens would want to play. And again, off the back foot, just trying to punch this one. A run out opportunity. And it ricochets off the stumps. Well, slight delay would have been a wicket there. The running was quick enough to get into the arc. Well, this is really slow from Western Wonder Women, but they are taking the real sweet time to score the runs. They were very patient, but they're doing the job just all right. Just getting the singles, rotating the strike.
Anju have 23 wickets in T20I of economy of just 3.77. What a economy and what a bowler in Anju for Bhutan national team.
And this one tipped off the edge and it runs behind. And the fielder should cut this one off. Well, it looked certainly from getting a boundary, but instead there was plenty of hurdles along the way at the outfield in that particular direction. But couple of runs will just do fine for Western Wonder Women. So for one Julia in an international arena, has played 68 matches and scored a whopping 834 runs, highest score being 47, and strike rate of 73 plus. A really patient player, and she really take things under control. And again,
It's the end of over number 3 and good over from Anju, just giving away 3 runs, and the score is 12 for no loss after 3.
it was a short delivery to start off with. Aisha Elisa, but she wouldn't mind as she has protection in the deep. That's what mostly we've seen from the fast bowlers, the one who has been pitching back of the length as protection in the deep in order to protect those boundaries coming. And it's still the power play, but both these batters haven't hit the deadlock of hitting those boundaries yet. It's been tame and timid for both the batters, and more likely this opening partnership can build a solid foundation. And trying to slice this one again, they find it very, very hard to strike the ball.
Aisha Elisa, one of the young bowler from national women cricket from Malaysia, and picked up 35 T20I wickets.
That's more likely the line, a bit straighter. Well, one thing's for sure, the batters that in these games, in the past couple of games, I've really find it hard when the ball is pitching in the middle. They aren't able to strike it well, and they have slight confusion in going for which shots they would want to play, and that has caused a lot of collapse. And this one sneak past the edge, and keeper does the rest. And Aisha Lisa draw first blood here as Northern Queens say we are right back at this game, as this opening pair has not been comfortable against this immense pace attack by the Northern Queens. And Aisha Lisa sneaking a really important breakthrough.
Much needed wicket for Northern Queens. We have a breakthrough now, and walking in Alsanta, the skipper. Dinesh, you are talking about the line and length bowling into the stump line. Quite difficult for a batsman. If giving room or bowling away for batsmen, definitely they'll be easy to score runs. They're going to nudge around and find the gaps. Bowling straight to the stump line is going to be quite difficult unless the batsmen are very good at hitting straight. Then, as a bowler, you have to change the line and length.
Well, that's not been the case in this one. We've seen that they've been struggling, but the one that sneaked past the edge was not the one that is hitting the stumps just about, but it does all right to get the faintest of edge, and the piece has been picked up by the keeper. Brilliant work. Well, this is the furthest I've seen the wicketkeeper being away. It shows how fast and how quick the bowler is. But it's not about the pace, it's about the line and length that really matters when they bowl.
Definitely, Dinesh. As you witnessed in the morning game, as Pooja was bowling stump to stump, and she got all the 4 wickets, important wickets, and she got a breakthrough. maybe in the start of the innings, the ball gonna be swinging the new ball, and definitely you have to try to ball in the stump line. This is short ball, short delivery, and Elsa just pulled it away for a boundary. And that's the end of the over.
Well, this one was a half tracker and a really good way to really welcome yourself to the crease, giving a statement as Elsa Hunter would want to negate this chase as far as she could, and leading her side is as crucial as it gets over time. And that boundary may be a slight comeback after the loss of the opener. And with that, it's 17 for 1, but the job is not done yet. Just a maybe good over for the batting or maybe the bowling could really be the point of inflection of this game that could take to the next level.
We change our bowler Ashmina onto the attack.
And looks like Sitaranamaga and Elsa Hunter has been in the international arena, very experienced players. The experience has to come to fruition in scoring those runs. And immediately Ashmina goes for the broke hole, hardest length to hit, and that's what batters find it really hard. And most importantly, it's about how these both batters tackle this pace attack, which has been really, really ruthless. Well, having said that, all the hard work, they've only got one wicket, they would want to have another one. And this one just guides it through third man. Does he found the boundary? Oh no, it does not. Fielder does all right. Good job to cut it off.
Ashmina have the personal best figure, picking up 5 wickets, just giving away 10 runs in 3.5 overs against UAE. One of the best spell for her. Chance of catch, landed safely, and they're running hard, and just for a one.
While as a batter in these kind of situations where you have a low target to chase, what would be your mindset? To be complacent, play, relax, or maybe just try to finish it off as fast as possible? What would be your goal?
Definitely, there is no any pressure on us of chasing of low target. From the first over, you have to go hard. So that's how, as a batter, you have to come up from the pressure situation. You shouldn't play a lot of dot balls, chasing low scoring target.
And look at that, just tickled it fine. Is some square of the wicket. Well, looks like both the sides, the game is evenly poised as we do not know which track the train is going. Thing is, the tracks can be intervened. A fall of wicket or maybe a couple of boundaries could decide whose match is under control with. That's the thing. Earlier on the power play, usually batters strive to get those boundaries, but instead it's a complete whole different scenario in this tournament. They've been trying to build the partnership, being a bit patient in the power play, then unleash those flourish of boundaries up away from the boundary. I can see that they're trying to flick it. Well, it's the after power play that is a whole different story. Well, trying to be much defensive, Elsa Hunter and Sitaranamaga.
Dinesh, I think for Northern Queens, definitely they need 2 to 3 tight overs to put pressure on Western Wonder Women, and that's how you have to defend the low scoring target. 2 to 3 good overs and good fielding, picked up few wickets. Definitely there will be a pressure on the batter. Change of bowler, Maira onto the attack. Experienced bowler.
Well, it's Mahira, the new bowler, in, and immediately a single taken. Well, from the scores, we could see that they're not overly rushing, but they've been too cautious. Maybe this complacency could be a factor that they might crumble. But as of now, no signs of uncertainty from both the batters. They've been really, really relaxed, being very patient. They're just waiting for the right ball for them to pounce on. And it's a swing and a miss for the captain of the ship, who's been guiding them really well. And she's not making any sort of mistake in this. Well, yesterday she played a really, really good knock of 44 that led them to win. And that was really over the hip and just whipped it across, trying to get for another one. And this is a complete mix up. Well, the keeper was also stuck in the midst of collecting the ball cleanly, but nonetheless, it's a no ball, so it's a free hit. This has been an action packed delivery. As you can see, the ball was on the leg side and trying to flap bat it onto the fine leg region. But this free hit gives them the license to go for the maximums and maybe fetch herself a boundary. And yes, she goes big, she goes huge, inside out of the fielder, and that will be a boundary. And immediately Mahira pays the price for bowling that no ball.
I think low scoring match. You shouldn't afford to bowl any no ball or extras because it's gonna cost the match. And as we discussed about earlier in the morning, it's all about bowling tight and putting pressure to the batter. And beautiful shot from Elsa, running hard, and definitely they'll pick up two. Quite expensive over from Maira.
Well, the asking rate is slowly dipping as the run rate is slowly accelerating. This is what they would want to do. Again, one bad over is really gonna change the morality, and maybe a hope of winning might just be dampened. Another one, a looping full toss, had a lot of time in the air. Again, 12 run over already with one delivery to go. But Sitaranamaga maybe on the shy side, but then she's been really, really patient and waiting for that one to pounce. While a big shout, but the shout was only to receive an umpire's no invitation, and it is 33 for 1 after the power play. Let's see how the story is being written.
Ashmina onto the second over. Dinesh, just I was just curious about this. As we sitting outside from the ground, the players playing inside, and what do you feel like? What our point of view? We watching a game or we doing commentary. So what do you feel at this point of stage? For example, 33 for one, and they're chasing 91. So what do you think as a bowler you should do or they should do?
Well, I'm in no one's shoes to actually experience that. The ones in the middle are having a lot of pressure, a lot of thinking we to do. As for me, here, I'm just sitting and relaxing and just conveying what's happening in the middle, giving the inside view and in depth analysis. But, well, since you have asked, I've been in that sort of situation 33 for 1. I'll just follow what the captain says, just backing her up and let her play freely, you know, and such a low score, maybe just play patient, get those singles, go for just rotate, find the gaps. I think that will be the take that I would go for, and I think that's what exactly they're doing there. And I think not letting those singles are really key because that could be another key factor that will really frustrate as a bowler. You wouldn't want to let them run easily. Even a boundary in an over and rest a dots with the full over run a ball is still a dangerous one. And she tries to go hard and complete misjudgment there at the deep. Overran it and it just brushed the fingers while trying to take the catch. Well, Ashmina still congratulates, and I think it's the skipper who was let her team down there by dropping that one. That should have been taken, or they would have been still alive in this contest. But God has other plans, and looks like she's maybe injured a finger in the process of taking the catch. Well, these are circumstances that many wouldn't want to encounter, and looks like she is having a little trouble with her finger.
Will it be a web card or something? With the boundary, Sitarana Magar moved to 11 runs. Finally, she found a boundary, and now from now, definitely both the batters trying to accelerate, and it's good. It's good for them to finish by 11th or 12th over because of the net run rate of the table. With this win of, let's say, Western Wonder Woman's win this game, they'll be remaining top of the group.
Well, this is
Top of the table.
Well, as you can see that the Wonder Woman has a really good progress, though they've been behind and playing slightly patient, but it looks like setting the target was a big hurdle for the Northern Queens as they have played their very first match, and points table clearly shows that who is leading the side very well, and it's none other than Western Wonder Women who have really topped the table and looking forward for their second victory of this Malaysia Super Women League, and its Central Super Girls in this morning where they clinched their very first victory against the Eastern Lioness who fall short of 30 runs, which became crucial to steadily climb up the table, who were placed fourth prior to this match. And the Eastern Lioness have just fallen slightly a bit as they couldn't compensate their runs in the scoring, and Southern Jaguars yet to play another match, which they will look for and maybe correct and tighten up the screws. And more preparation maybe could make them well prepared to encounter any sort of pressure being thrown at them. As you can see, after some treatment And after a little bit of handiworks and maybe first aid, we are back in action. And off the back foot, she rocks and rocks solid.
Southern Jaguars yesterday's evening match, they fall short because of the DL. They lost 3 wickets. So Eastern Liners won by 6 runs by DL method. It was a close game. If Southern Jaguars never lose 1 or 2 wickets, definitely they will be winning the game.
Yep. And the interruption by the rain made things really complicated, and it had to come right down the wire that the DLS method had to be the only way to decide the fate of both teams. And the umpire goes for a stretch here as trying to overdo things and resulted in a wide. And this middle school stuff that shouldn't be happening at this stage of the game, as you are giving opponent more chance and giving them to really go for the chase easily. And again, you can see a bit of swing. It's just the line that mattered here, which was strangling down the leg side and tucked off the hip. Go for a comfortable double here. While in every over, Wonder Woman at least has scored a boundary, which has kept them alive in the chase. And most importantly is the partnership and the good chemistry between Sitarana Magar and Elsa Hunter. And this one skews us through the gaps and nutmegs towards the hands. Good back up there again, another 2-run.
Good over for Western Wonder Women's. Both the batters, Elsa and Sitaranam, are pushing hard, looking for twos and getting boundaries every single over. And definitely they're trying to finish at least 10 or 11 overs. And good shot from Elsa. Just pulled it away for a 1 bounce for a boundary. What a over. It's been 15 runs from this over. What a over. And that's the end of the over. 48 for 1.
Well, that has been whipped across really nicely onto the back foot and just lean towards straighten arms and a sight to watch. Again, asking rate has been really going down and looks like chase is fairly easy at the moment. And the run rate is just almost 7 per over. 6.86.
They need 43 runs in 13 overs. Definitely they'll be chasing comfortably with the wicket in hand.
And again, a misfield that should be avoided if you want to really go all out there and proving the best as you could. But at the moment, this kind of reluctancy will really make things hard, and the margin of error should be really minimal at this stage of the game. And to compensate it, you really need to climb a big ladder. As far as we see, the story is 49 for 1 and 7.2 overs. And this one has got some distance, yes, couple of bounces into the ropes. And the umpire signals just all right Off the back foot, hits it, and that's 50. Surpasses 50. Again, onto the leg side, and just bashes it. Wonderful shot.
With the 4, they move to 53 on the board. They just need 38 from 12.3 overs.
And looks like the attacking mode is on. As you can see, they've been hitting boundaries left, right, and center. And looks like they're on the mood. And they're not making any sort of mistake in the middle. Just playing very freely. And most importantly, the looseners are giving them the option to hit as well. And not sorts of resistance being offered by the bowling side, as batting looks really easy at the moment. Steps one down. A really good shot. Well, fairly one-sided, and Northern Queens could not find the deadlock after the very first wicket. It's been the batters who's been stealing the show. And this one goes inside out. Slightly fatter, quicker one. And the cow corner region is where they would want to strike most. And a lot of runs have been leaked in this over. 2 boundaries coming off this over, and both these batters are really in a rush to finish this game off.
What a shot from Elsa. She's been just playing so aggressively, and she knows I'm going to finish the game early, and I want to go back. Look at the approach from both the batters. Past three overs, it's been 10 runs, 10 runs, 10 runs. Each and every over, they're finding 2 boundaries in an over. And 59 for 1 after 8 overs.
Well, those boundaries will be really sweet. As a batter, you have that feeling that you're really doing well, but for the bowling side, it really diminishes their morality. And look at the entire squad, the body language shows them they're thoroughly dejected from this contest. They need a supreme moment. And this one goes high. And the fielder, maybe slightly quicker, could have taken a catch. But that's alright, as she manages to keep it under control.
There's another young bowler, under 19 bowler, Noor Aiman.
Well, these under 19 players are having immense exposure, playing alongside foreign players coming across 10 different countries, and this will be a good platform for their development and maybe striving forward in the international arena in their future. What do you think about it?
Definitely, Dinesh. It's a good platform for them to express themselves, playing along with the international players from Nepal, Hong Kong, from Australians, and other countries as well. It's good for them to learn from them and share the same dressing room and ask them what are the things they have done in their career and what are the routines they do in the games or in the training. So it's good exposure for them.
And that's been launched by Sitarana Maga here, who has been fairly silent and slightly passive while she joins the party in scoring the boundaries. But this is not a boundary, it's a maximum, as it just tipped over the bar as she struck that one. That was Brian Rarareich when he attacks. And this is the first time in this tournament we have seen the run rate peaked at an 8 run rate per over. This is impressive stuff by the Wonder Women. Look at that. And looks like a mix up. Sitaranamaga has to hurry back. And she does. Well, she would have had a heart in her mouth there as things were really going smooth.
Yes, and Wonder Woman just need 23 runs.
This one was a in swinger that has been going out, as this is the left hander, so it's an out swinger. And it's a 2 dot ball straight. This one was a good one, making the batter stretch for the ball. And looks like the sunshine has been really quiet, as it's been quite gloomy out here at the BAYUEMAS Oval, which makes the batters feel slightly comfortable as long as the fielders who've been running errand in immense hot sun. The scorching sun really gives them a lot of trouble, but nonetheless they've been showing great courage and great character under those conditions.
And Elsa Under been so impressive on her innings, scoring 33 runs from 17 balls with the 5 boundaries. Strike rate was 194. We witnessed Rubina strike rate. Now it goes to Elsa. What a strike rate she having. And that's the end of the over. 69 for 1 after 9 overs.
Well, look at the Western Wonder Woman dugout. They're really happy there. See the happy faces, but they're just waiting for the victory signal for them to rush out and really enjoy themselves. As they sit comfortably top of the table, they would want to really extend that lead for some period of time. As Nath Harikan pulls from the Golden Open. Again, just try to use the inside edge, guiding it. Could have ended up into a stumps, Sitaranamaga.
Definitely Sitaranamagar will go after Natalikan. There is nothing to lose. Definitely she's trying to score maximum here. What do you reckon, Dinesh?
Well, I think she should be patient, but nonetheless, if she wants to really score big runs, as you said, maybe not a 6, but you can see her intention. Well, not only that, they're charging for the second. Well, this is called thinking cricketers, where they would want to get maximum out of any situation. As you can see, she had a body language that she would want to go for maximum, but instead, knowing the ball is there to hit, she was slightly cautious about it. Well, showered has been scattered, some interested, some not. But most importantly, umpire said it was not, nowhere near. Well, on the halfway mark, things were looking very slow, but now they're looking in a hurry to finish. Well, that could have ended up back on the stumps there. Good thinking from the keeper. This was a really tight one. Well, it made contact with the inside edge and gently nutmegged through a leg Sintaranamaga, and keeper had to only do one thing, just stump it. She did it as well, but not in time. And this one was a shorter one. Goes after the infield, carved onto the leg side. That's another boundary. And nearing the halfway mark, and maybe it's not far away from completing the chase. As the way things looks, look at that slow one drifting onto the leg. And Sitaranamaga says, thank you very much. We're done on that.
Is 6 runs away.
Comfortably played on the leg side. As things stands is 76 for 1. So far, the strike rate of Elsa Hunter has been the most impressive yet. And playing second fiddle is Sitaranamaga. And after the first wicket, no sort of resistance from Indu Burma's team. Well, not far away. Before that, let's take a short break.
Welcome back after the break. Western Wonder Women's just need 15 runs. And the way Sita and Elsa batting, tremendous. They know going after the bowler. The approach, most important thing, Dinesh, the approach when you're playing in T20, the approach should be perfect.
Well, this is more like a T20 approach. Apart from the power play, they've been really mastering that. Over time, they've gained the confidence and they've been going boldly with the big shots. As for the bowling unit, we haven't seen much of threatening deliveries that really trouble the batters. They've been really comfortable, and any ball they've been bowling, they've been hammering left, right, and center. Just that have to be slightly cautious with their shot selections at certain times, and maybe be cautious a bit while taking the catches behind the sticks. as you couldn't. You have to apply pressure, though things are slipping away from hand. One moment could really change the course of games. We have seen that in cricket multiple times. Well, in day one, the very first match when the skipper of Central Super Girls went out, everything went down the cliff. After that, when they were really cruising in the power play. So those sort of moments are the moments that you want to take back and realize that you have done a great job, or maybe you regret those decisions. Again, trying to be very patient in Elsa Hunter.
Anju Gurang onto the attack. The first 2 overs was superb overs. Good delivery from Anju. Giving a bowling away from Elsa.
Well, you could see that she has a lot of swing, a lot of movement being extracted, but the only thing was the pace and the bounce that really lacked there. Maybe a little bit of pace, a little bit of bounce could have really made Elsa Hunter uncomfortable there. Again, trying to drive this one. She's really conscious that she had to play it straight. She has good line, good length, very, very straight, almost Mitchell Stark like, not giving much room. There's one thing about the left-handers; they're very special as they have plenty of options and variations coming towards the right-handers. But when they are playing against the same direction as same-handed player as a batter, maybe slightly different approach. Look at that one. That is almost like right hand contest. Whereas when you play across, there's like more variation and more tactical and approach that you would go for. As you see yesterday in the first match, where the first one was tipped away from Cherry Karichan, and the second one just coming back in. You would expect those stuff from across handed bowlers.
What a delivery from Anju. She's been bowling really well throughout the overs. 4 dots in this over. As we talking about bowling dot balls, this is what they need. Put pressure, put dot balls, dot balls, and the batsman get panic, and that's where that's a good shot from Sita, just straight, smacking hard, and went for a boundary. That's the end of the over.
Well, I think she has booked herself a coffee shop for tea because it's really, really rushing and wants to really finish this off. Look at that. It had Elsa Hunter ducking. That's how hard she has struck straight down the gum. Very firm. And there's more like it. A classy left-hander shot. Always that meets the eye. And they're 8 away from the winning landmark. It's very touching distance from now. Less than a run per over needed.
As you're talking about the left-hander always is special for me. Even for a batsman or a bowler, they are so special. I don't know why. I always admire when Sankagara playing, and we have our own batter side. He's been like one of the top batter for Malaysia and most stylish batsman.
Yeah, but certainly agree with you. The stance of him, the way he plays the shot, and he has a good cover drive as well. And the flick of the wrist is a sight to watch, really. Pleasing the eyes, almost having therapy. That's how I see him play. And not only that, Shade Aziz is also a very attacking batsman. Always from first ball, he just tried to attack more than T20 player.
She always been stylish. Dinesh. Shot from Elsa, just one run. Just 7 runs away for a victory.
I think, as you mentioned, as a left-hander like Sita Ranamagar, or maybe take like Shade as this, it's just the touch of class they have, the way they stand, and the way that they approach the crease, the body language, the way they present themselves is very, very unique then from the right-handers, where because there's only 10% of the world who's being left-handers, and the batters are very rare and they're always unique. Like this one, the flick of the wrist is good, but is it a good catch? Yes, but no. She really ran over it, had the ball in her palms, but just couldn't stick onto it.
I thought Myra caught it, and at the final moment, just came out from the hand. Look at that.
While it was really, really airborne and a really good effort by the fielder that coming around, going to take for the catch, it just always doesn't stick onto it, which is slightly unfortunate. Well, Elsa slowed down fairly a bit and let Sita enjoy. That's what has been happening after the break. And look at both of them. Well, if this was much of a harder target or maybe a higher target, could have reached 100 partnership, but they couldn't. Look at that one. That's a splendid shot, eyeing for the cow corner region again. And they're not stopping there, they're going for the second as well. These two batters have really, really blended well, and they've shown what they could do against any sort of condition and any sort of situation. Not far away, 3 runs. And Sita levels Elsa.
Wide delivery from Aisha. Lisa, just 2 runs away.
Could they kill the game off with the final delivery of this over? Or would it end stand? What do you think, Sharvin?
Definitely Sitarana Magar going for a shot.
And yes, she drives it. But I reckon they would just settle for a single. It would be a fitting end if the captain would want to strike, but instead it's Sita at the other end.
That's the end of the over number 12. 90 runs. Just 1 run away for a victory.
Scores the level. Nonetheless, it looks like Elsa gives a partner to end with the proceedings. A gentlewoman gesture there.
Anju bowling the last over of the spell. She's been bowling really well. Despite the last over went for a boundary.
Well, her immense hard work has not gifted her a wicket yet. And off the pads, is it straight enough? No, says the umpire. He nods his head. Well, that was fairly close. I really thought from the comp box it was plumb enough. Well, it was, I reckon, just missing the leg stump. Just a bit.
That was a close one. Very good call from the umpire.
Well, umpire always been criticized, but their jobs are really right down the wire. And look at that one. Maybe the moment. No, it's not. Well, Anju says I'm not gonna let until I get mine. But it looks like slightly impossible as it's just a run needed. But it's a good fight back from Anju. She is trying to really extend this as much as she could. And she guides it. And a stop. Well, it's done. The chase is completed. And with 7.3 overs left in the contest, the Triple W's have finished this chase very, very smoothly, led by their captain Elsa Hunter and the opening batter who really showed class in the middle, the lefty expert Sita Ranamagar, and the Wonder Woman have done wonder stuffs in the middle, and they've won this game by 9 wickets. The only team so far in this tournament have chased down the total, and it's very, very impressive that they've won the very first two games of this tournament and sitting top of the table comfortably. And Elsa Hunter has promised, and she has executed it very well. Well, this is a match summary as things stand. It's Indu Burma who won the toss and elected to bat first in a scorching sunny afternoon, but instead she was the only batter who really looked really positive in the middle. But apart from that, it's been going downhill, and Aisha Elisa could repair some of the damage alongside Nat Harikan, but she was slightly passive in the middle. But most importantly was Sita Ranamaga with the ball, who had been bowling absolute jaffers to get her wickets. And it was Amna Sharif who had decent economy and picking up a wicket, sharing with Swabika. And good fielding in the middle has gifted them two priceless wickets.
And summary for the Western Wonder Women, they've been chasing just in 12.3 overs, and Sita Ranamagar contributed 38 runs, and followed by Elsa 36. And good bowling from Aisha Elisa, picking up one wicket, and followed by Nuriman giving 10 runs from her over, and Maira Zati 11 runs from 1 over. And last, Western Wonder Women's won by 9 wickets.
Well, that's the end of the day, and points table has shown the outcome of today's match. A victory and a net run rate of 2.19 sees the Triple W's on top of the table, and Central Supergirls eyeing for the top spot, who are just shy of it. And Eastern Liners, who had picked up their very first defeat against the Central Supergirls earlier on the day, sit third. Southern Jaguars fourth, and rock bottom is Northern Queens, having a negative run rate of 2.78 of this defeat. So the teams at the bottom would want to climb up, and the ones who on top would want to retain and progress to the next level. So with that, that's the day done. And with more cricket action, stay tuned. And it's me, Dinesh from the Compaq, signing off alongside Shadwin. Thank you very much. Hope you had enjoyed the commentary throughout the day.
What a clinical and wonderful performance by the Western Wonder Women. And that concludes the proceedings of day 2 here at the Malaysia Super Women League. Welcome to the post-match presentation, ladies and gentlemen. Let me quickly introduce the presentation party. We have the 2 captains, and also we have a very special guest today, Mr. Anil Mohan, who is the founder and CEO of the IPG Group, who's also the right holder of the Lanka Premier League and the right holder of the Malaysian T20 as well. Welcome, gentlemen. And let me call upon Indu Burma first. Thank you very much. Yeah, be there, please. Come. Indu, you can come a little forward.
Okay.
Yeah. Indu, not going to according to the plans. I mean, you won the toss and wanted to put a score on the board, not to be.
Yes, we have been tried our best to give 100%, but even we played very good. But at the end, for batting side, I struggled a lot. Even mine, I got struggled a lot. But then we secure 91. It's quite good, okay. And then after we just got a little bit of pressure.
So going back to the dressing room, what exactly would be your communication to the team? What are the areas that you would probably want to look at? Because you don't have too much of a recovery time. You have to come back again and play.
Yes, because I just want to communicate with my players and this, let it go for this, and we'll come back more stronger next match.
And maybe look at the running between the wickets?
Yes, for that, I think we'll need to coordinate with the vice captain also, so I will coordinate with them.
So hard luck today, but good luck for the rest of the tournament. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let me now call upon the winning captain, please, Elsa Hunter. Congrats, Elsa, 2 on the trot. How do you feel?
Yeah, very good. You know, we're really happy with how we went today and yesterday. It's good to have 2 wins in the start of the tournament, and hopefully it keeps going up from here.
Right. So what is the plan? You lost the toss and you were asked to field first. So what is the plan regarding the bowling?
So we knew that we have a really strong bowling side, so we just believed in our ability to restrict their score down to 90, which is really good on our bowling. And then we were just good enough to chase with the bat today.
And very happy with the way the slow bowlers, the spinners are bowling?
Yes, very happy. Everyone's worked really hard, like here and back home as well, so really good for the results.
So before I let you go, one final question. When you chase something like a 91, it can be a tricky total. So what is the plan going into chasing that total?
We try not to let our guards down because we know that anything can happen in cricket, and just stuck to our targets.
2 on the trot. Well done. Congratulations and cheers.
Thank you.
And now it's time for the player of the match. There are a few good performances. Elsa Hunter herself did pretty well, and you had Aisia Elisa. But today, for a performance wherein she scored 38 runs and bowled really well with 2 wickets, it is Sida Rana, please. May I request Mr. Anil Mohan to hand over the award, please.
Center over there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Anil. Sita, a word with you. We won't let you go like that. You seem to be bowling a very tantalizing, tempting line, giving the ball a lot of air. So, are you enjoying the batting more or bowling more here?
I think both.
Both. Okay, so tell me, what did you feel like going out to chase 91?
Yesterday I couldn't perform well, so my coaches they said like you just go and hit, nothing more, and I did what my team wanted. That's it.
So what else do you want to do as a part of preparation going into now that you won 2 matches? So the plan for the coming days?
Yeah, nothing. Just win and win. Just relax and win.
She keeps saying nothing, but she does everything. What a performance. You deserve the cheers that you are getting, Sita. Well done. And that concludes the post-match presentation, ladies and gentlemen. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us.